everyone, welcome to another Transformers video. Today we're taking a look at the Fansproject. Don't know what set this is. It's basically their Stunticons. So I think it's Casualty. Crossfire side story is what they've got written on all the kind of booklets. Yeah, so it's basically their version of Menasor. Now this one has been out absolutely ages, so it's before all of the Combiner War stuff and things like that, which you know, I don't know if it kind of sparked that from Hasbro, that they thought, you know, we need to get a move on and get something out. The designs are a little bit different, so they're not exactly G1s, they're a bit more stylized, so a bit more like kind of Dreamwave or kind of early IDW stuff, in terms of it's kind of like got a bit of a different look and feel to it, but it's definitely still the Stunticons. So what I figured I'd do with these guys is do something a little bit different. So I'm going to do this video, which is going to just take a look at the robot modes for each one and some of the like accessories and bits and pieces that come with it. It looks like these guys have been fitted with Toy Hacks repro labels, from what I can see, because there's a lot of like smaller symbols and things like that, which I think would only kind of come from those kind of sets. It definitely looks as if it's they've added some custom stickers, at least compared to what's showing on the instructions. As a bit of a sort of backstory to this, I picked this up recently on one of the Transformers selling groups. It might have been Transformers UK or something like that. It came up and 125. Now these sets normally are priced around the sort of 200 to 300 mark. I know there's a set which is like chrome, which I've been tempted and seen that a few times. But I thought this was actually a good opportunity to pick it up at a decent price. I don't know if I'll keep hold of this long term or not, but I thought it was a good opportunity to actually take a look at a bit of an older set. Just see what it's all about. I'm not going to go into all the transformations and stuff like that, so I'll do one video looking at the robot modes, taking a look at the articulation, paint jobs, etc, etc. Another video taking a look at the vehicle modes, and then one taking a look at the combined modes along the way. So here we are, I've got them all together. So they did arrive. I was a bit skeptical at first because the price, I thought, oh, maybe someone's trying it on, and also I bought it, and then what happened, it then showed up on another group after I bought it, so I was a bit confused about that, but they said it was just a mistake, and it has arrived, so can't complain, can I? So these are kind of like chug class. They're kind of smaller than your kind of Hasbro ones, I would say. So smaller than a Hasbro Deluxe. Kind of like a, yeah, not too far off height wise, but just in kind of like build and everything else like that. So I'll kind of go through them one by one if you like. So I'll pop off this one off to the side. So I've got all the instructions, so maybe if I do it that way in the actual order that they've actually come in. So they've all got their own names. They've got one that's called Car Crash, one that's called Downforce, one that's called Last Chance, and one that's called T-Bone. So it looks like the first one in it is Breakdown. So move these guys off to the side here. So the first one is called Car Crash, CA09. You see, opens up and you've got the instructions on here. Instructions don't look too bad in terms of, it looks fairly straightforward in terms of going from one mode to another. and then shows you, I think, how you can store the gun, so the gun can get stored in the back here as well. But what it doesn't show you, it shows you the conversion from robot to vehicle and then vehicle to robot. But what it doesn't show you is that transformation to the kind of combined mode. So yeah, so here he is. It's a bit of a smaller figure. Actually, I'll just see if I can no, that's fine with the camera angle, that's fine. Yeah, so head sculpt is pretty cool, and all of them got similar kind of stylized head sculpt, but you can definitely tell it's breakdown. But it's very different to what you've seen maybe in the cartoon or the comic. You know, but there is some good detail in it and good paint. You've got the red in there and the yellow for the eyes. Nice silver and blue paint in here. As mentioned, you've got a Decepticon symbol in here. Look like some extra stickers that have been added on here as well, and around here, which show up probably more in vehicle mode. Some of them unfortunately are sort of peeling off a little bit. So yeah, so I guess that shows you that maybe some of the sort of earlier toy hack stuff that didn't stick so well. But and then you've got some stickers inside the hand here and some inside here, which are kind of reminiscent of the actual G1 toy, I think. He does have this great big peg hole in here, which I presume is something to do with the way that they peg together in combined mode, but it is a little bit ugly in this mode because you've just got like a hole in there. But articulation is pretty good. As I mentioned, they are quite slight figures. I guess they've done that for the combined mode to make them easier. And they are. I've got the Fansproject Constructor, and it is very much in that scale. The head actually looks down and up, can move from side to side, and a little bit of a confused breakdown look. And the arms go all the way around, and it come out like that as well. You got rotation in here, which is on like a mushroom peg, and the arms can go up to there as well. And then the hand kind of swivels around like that, and he holds his gun in his hand just fine. There's like two different bits here, which is set in like a grey plastic here as well. Some nice gunmetal, gunmetal that's painted on there as well. You do get waist articulation that goes all the way around. Legs up to there, back to there, and out to there on ball pegs, and then rotation there as well. And the legs, you get a decent range there. It bends all the way back to there. And for sort of older figures, you do get a fair bit of articulation on ball pegs, but forward and back here, and the toes move up as well. And then you get a bit of a rocker there on the feet, which means you can get them in some fairly decent poses. Yeah, I think he's got a bit of a presence, but again, it's just the size of the figures. They are quite diddy, but they do look good together. And I think, don't know if there's another Decepticon symbol on here. I'm not sure if that's part of the Toy Hacks one, but one they've kind of added. I can't really see it in that light, but there you go. And then breakdown as a sticker on the back. I'm pretty sure that's a Toy Hacks one. And I think the gun kind of hides in there at the back there. So that's there, then breakdown, and then you've got T-Bone, which is Wild Rider. And these two look as if they're very similar in terms of moulding. Look at the transformation, everything else like that on the legs. Looks the same. So I think they're going to share the same sort of articulation, everything else like that. You can see this bit actually just rotates around here like that. So they've kind of moved it a little bit out of the way. I prefer their head sculpt on this one. It does look a bit more like Wild Rider. But again, the paint detailing is quite sharp. Some little differences in the detailing, but it's more or less the same. Still got the same with the peg here as well. And the articulation is, more or less the same, really, to be honest with you. Same with the head, you probably get a little bit more side to side, do you? But yeah, you get a good bit up and down, and yeah, all the articulation on these guys is pretty much the same. On these as well, you just notice that there's like a peg little in here for the knee, where it's supposed to peg into that. So there you go. So like that, but even then, plenty of articulation. You see, you get this way, you get all the extra stickers inside here, along here. So I believe that is a Toy Hacks set. And kind of tidies up quite nice as well. And he holds a gun just in his hand, just fine. It's a different, yeah, it's a different mold for the gun. Just take a look on the instructions, see if there's anything of note. Well, it looks like the gun's actually slotting underneath the vehicle mode, almost to form like an exhaust there as well. Yeah, so that might be the same for the other one. But yeah, that's T-bone. So we've got those two off to the side. Who else have we got next? So CA11 is a Downforce. So that's your drag strip. Now I did have this guy previously, but I actually picked him up at a Transformers convention in America. I think it was TFCon or something like that. And you see the guns actually slot in underneath there as well. But I picked it was the G2 version, so this is the first time I've had the actual Generation 1 version. So the GT version was black and purple, or black and blue, something like that. But the colours are nice on this guy. He's a kind of very different mould to the other one. He's got these little feet here, which does make him a little bit hard to stand up, so you just have to get that just right. I'm not sure if I've got the robot mode 100% right or not. Let's compare it to what we've got there. Yeah, looks to be about right, where they've got everything tucked in. But their head sculpt's pretty cool, and the colours really pop on this one. Got the blue and the red in the eyes, nice silver. Another little hole here where you've got that for the combination, the combined mode. And again, some extra stickers, so stuff on his arm, lots of stuff on his leg here and on the inside as well. Lots of little Decepticon symbols and stuff like that. And I think the articulation is going to roughly be about the same. This one's a little bit more hindered because you've got a bit more stuff up on the shoulder here. And actually on the arm you get a little bit more, so you get almost like a double jointed elbow there. And these hands as well, you do get a little bit more articulation there. But waist is the same, legs about the same, I reckon. Actually a little bit further back. Bending the knee, you don't get quite as much because this bit gets in the way. So you're a little bit restricted there. And the feet are a little bit different, so you've just got this little toe here. And that just moves up and down and to the side, so you don't get a lot there, and you get the same bit of articulation at the top there. He's got a little gun which he holds in his hand just here. Absolutely fine. No issue with that. It is a little bit on the Diddy side, but as I mentioned, these guys are a little bit smaller. So I haven't got anything to hand as a bit of a size comparison, but I'll try and do that at some point just to get them in, show them. But again, nice sort of solid toy. Again, it is a different look to these guys, so it isn't a G1 look. They've gone for something a little bit different on here, which is quite cool. So that is drag strip there. And the next one is CA12 Last Chance. So this is your dead end toy. Again, you can store the weapons underneath in vehicle mode. Same sort of thing with the instructions showing you kind of how to get it all done. And then this one seems to be a bit of a hybrid of the last two, really. It looks be a little bit of a different mold. You haven't got the peg bit showing on the front here, so I don't know if that's kind of it's kind of hidden underneath here. So yeah, they've gone with kind of a different approach in terms of, is that peg over there? Yeah, like that. The kind of bonnet coming over the top of the figure. Articulation is pretty much the same. I do like the head sculpt on this one with the gold face, and he's even got purple for the eyes here. Yeah, same sort of articulation really. These bits do kind of get in the way, but you can get the arm all the way up there, and the fist actually rotates all the way around here as well. You do get waist articulation, but you kind of have to move this bit up at the same time as well. As mentioned, some more repro labels underneath here as well. It's got a gun which is, I thought it was a retool, but it's very close to it. And legs actually go all the way back, most way forward. Good bend of the knee here, so more or less the same. And then the feet here, you've kind of got this bit that goes back, I think, if I can get this out. And that's to give you a bit of extra stability. But it's on a ball peg, so it moves forward and back and side to side like that. So he actually stands up pretty well. Probably the best out of the group, I would say. So that's dead end. And then last but certainly not least, you've got CA13 diesel and military multiplexer kit. Wow. I'm not going to show you all the add-ons for this. Basically, you can have this guy kind of just as the bear figure, and then basically you can add everything that's on his trailer onto his back as like missile launchers and stuff like this. This booklet, well, I say instruction is more of a booklet, like I said, because it gives you more information about all of the figures and what they are. So it talks about diesel, aka Motormaster, and this combination technology called the Motor Squad. And lots of pictures of the other figures in the set that we've just taken a look at and what they look like in combined mode, and it shows you the transformation from one to the other. So diesel, vehicle motor robot, and you get his robot mode, intimidator mode, and then robot to vehicle, robot to combined transformation. And then it shows you the transformation for the others, how you add them on. So it looks like you just, more or less, it looks as if you transform into vehicle mode and then just kind of peg them on, from what I can see. So yeah, looks fairly decent. So here's the figure himself. So obviously he's a little bit taller than the rest. Oh, a good bit taller. He's nearly double the size, I would say. Roughly. So just going to adjust the camera slightly. Like that. It comes with lots of different weapons. It comes with these two guns to start off with. That's how he was in the thing. But you can configure it lots of different ways. He's got loads of stickers and stuff on him from the repro label set, I think, on here and down here. His head's pretty good. It's a little bit different. It looks more like he is in Dreamwave with a smaller kind of bucket head here, but still pretty good. You get up and down, a little bit left and right, but the head does rotate all the way around. The arm rotates all the way around out to the side here. You can get like a bit of a kind of butterfly joint that's in here as well. You do get, on the instruction booklet, it shows you this bit here, this connector tab, actually out to the side. which does actually allow for articulation here, and then a double jointed elbow up to there. But it does look a little bit odd, so I would probably just have it tucked in there. The hands also do rotate around as well. They are a little bit loose, so they do kind of want to flop down. It's just a little bit. It's more not the arm bits, but it's more these pieces here. So I'm not sure if that, you know, this is all pegged in properly or not. You do get waist articulation. Yeah, oh yeah, it's just kind of like ratcheted, so you can soft ratchet as you get around. Looks like these are bits to add other pieces on. You can kind of look at the back and probably make out that kind of Menosaur head in there as well. And the legs, they're on ratchets as well, so they go forward. Can you get these out of the way? Yeah, you can. You can to go all the way back as well. Can you do the splits? Yeah, you can, and a little bit more. Another ratchet there, swivel at the top, and then you do get a bend in the knee there. It just goes back to there. It's a little bit tricky with the knee because you've got all these other bits and pieces in here. So it's, yeah, this bit doesn't really feel like it's closes up properly, and I don't know if that's, I'm kind of going off how I received it. And then the feet here, they kind of rotate around, so you get forward and back and out to the side here. So it does kind of hold those poses pretty well. I say that, can he? Yeah, I think he does. So you can get him in some dynamic poses, which, you know, this is an older figure now, so I think for the time, actually the articulation, everything was pretty good. Nowadays it's fairly standard, I have to say, but still not bad. Like I said, it is a stylized version of it. There's not loads of paint on him. Obviously the face is done pretty well, and you've got the paint down here, kind of chrome paint, which you'll see when you come into vehicle mode, and silver, yellows and purples and bits and pieces like that. It's mainly, but kind of the colour scheme that you'd expect to see with Motormaster. And then you get a whole load of accessories that come with him that form part of his trailer in kind of combined mode. So this is kind of one kind of chunk that I had that came with it, which you can see is part of the trailer, but also as well looks like, you know, this forms part of the combined mode. So you can see part of the sword here, and I don't know if these are part of the leg bits, and then you've got some other bits which are part of the trailer, which all kind of form together, I guess. Don't want to bend it the wrong way or anything. Yeah, so I think that forms part of the trailer, and you've got the wheels that go underneath here as well, so form part of that. This looks like it's part of the sword. You get a couple of hands in here. So again, these are smaller and smaller than the Combiner Wars ones as well. There's probably more articulation in them, but these do feel a little bit loose, so it's just something to be aware of. So we've got two hands, these other bits here, so I think that's something to do with the combined mode and the legs, potentially. But again, that all looks complete. These bits are a little bit loose, so hopefully that's not going to be an issue. All these other bits, so I'm not sure yet what they'll come in and to do with. This one actually, I think it kind of fits underneath and here, so you've got kind of extra wheels for the vehicle mode, but it can also be held as like a shield for this guy here as well, for Motormaster. So I think you kind of rotate these bits around, potentially like that. Yeah, I think he holds that as a shield there. that's another cool thing that you can do, and it looks like that will fit onto his chest in combined mode as well. So yeah, so that is it. Just a quick look at all the robot modes for this Fansproject Menasor. I'll do another video just taking a look at the vehicle modes, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, guys. See you all soon. Bye bye for now.